Hello visitor, I'm Peter, a billiard player, and I was looking for an easy-to-use scoreboard application for my smartphone. I've checked apps on the Play Store but found none of them grant no access to any data on my phone. So I decided to build my do-it-yourself scoreboard with components I already had laying around for my other hobby, programming with Arduino. Right to the beginning, I'd like to demonstrate the score function. Pressing score leads to the score menu. The last results are still in the memory. The example shows a straight pool session where guest has beaten the home player. First, scores to be resetted. Scores are labeled with H and G. These letters can be swapped by pressing the Set to Zero button again. Scores up and down. 8 key buttons are used to set the scores. Increasing and decreasing single numbers, or same with 10 numbers. Both functions for the left side and the right side scores. See examples following on the video. Stopwatch menu. The next section shows the stopwatch function. To count time exactly, I've chosen a battery backed up DS3231 real-time clock module, which is very accurate due to its internal temperature compensation. When pressing stopwatch, stopwatch arrives on the display confirming that the stopwatch menu was selected. Stopwatch start. When stopwatch start is pressed, the actual time in format hours, minutes and seconds are stored in the variables. Later, when stopwatch stop was pressed, the variable values will be subtracted from the actual time. Stopwatch stop. Back to scoreboard simulating now that the straight pool session was over, going back to stopwatch and press End button. The difference will be shown in time format. LED brightness. The Maxim Max 7219 LED driver is a very smart device. The brightness control can be performed in 16 steps. For indoor use, I use steps 2 to 4, which is sufficient bright and saves battery power. See how I go through all values. Celsius. The DS3231 real-time clock contains a temperature sensor, which can be read out. With a 1/4 degree resolution and updating time of 60 seconds, it's a nice feature which I have used. Voltage. The heart of the power supply is a Li-ion battery with 3600 milliamp hours. To check its actual voltage, I've used the analog input of the ATMEGA 328. Time and date. Although the RTC is very accurate, it might be necessary to update the time after a summer or winter time change. If date time is pressed, display shows all relevant informations. Adjustments can be carried out with the score counting buttons. Countdown intro. My motivation to include the countdown function came from movies in my younger days. I was always fascinated of bomb control devices counting down to 0. That's why I realized it today, cause as a child I couldn't. I've programmed some time presets. The shortest is 5 seconds, then 59 seconds, 2 minutes, 30 minutes and 1 hour. With no selections after it reached 0, it returns to 2 hours and starts counting. Every 40 seconds, countdown is interrupted by showing Celsius, time, date and day of week. Well, the older you get, you'll realize that life is not just always fun. People getting sick or even passing away. This text, which comes up every 4 minutes, shall remind the viewer about how important every day is we can enjoy. Box switch and USB and planning. Finally, I show you some details of hardware and planning pages. A small power switch and a USB mini jack for charging has been included. On the next pages I show some wiring schemes of the ATMEGA controller, the components I've used and some printouts which I've glued on the old wooden cigar box. Have a look to the structure of the Arduino program. I find it very useful to split up the program into different tabs. This avoids scrolling too much on a 22 KB IDE code. Thanks for watching. Have fun realizing your do-it-yourself scoreboard. Bye.